What was I gonna do? Oh, good morning. Welcome to my kitchen. My undecorated for Christmas, boring kitchen. No more Christmas in here. Someone came and stole my joy. I meant to get all my ingredients out first, but as per my usual, I hit go live before I was ready. Why not? Let's see. I need some black beans. Come on in and join the fun. Black beans. All right. Good morning. Welcome. We're going to make another wisdom recipe this morning. We're getting super wise over here. We're having lots of ease. I've had grains the last 3 days. We're going to move away from the grains for a day or two. Hey, Hannah. All right. This is the omelet bowl from Trim Healthy Wisdom. So you can comment hashtag omelets if you want to. Hopefully the internet connection's okay, even though the storm, she's rolling in. And by storm, I mean 3 whole inches. All right. So this recipe has a black bean spread with it. So this is a can of partially drained black beans. I'm not completely draining it, just draining off the big bulk of the liquid. If you're watching live, comment so we can see you here. I like to see you. Hey, Cheryl. Shirley has made this recipe and it's good, she says. So we're going to give it a drop to bean. I was going to save it there for the dog. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Melissa. All right. So she says to take a little coconut oil spray to your pan, just a little. And then just sprinkle nutritional yeast on the bottom of the pan. She says just a touch, you don't need a ton, but it helps with egg whites. If you're not an egg white lover, this helps, number one, with the look and the flavor of plain old egg whites. So if you're like Shirley Moore, I can't eat egg whites, this is a way around that. Okay, and I'm going to do 1 cup of egg whites, but I always do beaters, you guys. Egg beaters is the way to go. Because egg beaters is just egg whites that look like eggs. That's all they are. It's just beta carotene. So if the plain old egg whites gives you the willies, get egg beaters. It's the same price. All right, I'm going to turn that on. I'm doing 1 cup. She says 3/4 of a cup to 1 cup. I should have probably done 3/4, but I figure I'd rather have a little extra left over than to not have enough. And then some salt and some pepper. And then more. She calls this an omelet, but I think that's because over where they're from, omelets are just eggs. I'm freezing up. Shoot, I'm not on this end. All right, so I'm sprinkling a little nutritional yeast on the top, and then I'm just going to put the cover on. Sorry, guys. Let me see if I can shut the internet off again. Hold, please. Okay, I'm coming. Am I back? Okay. All right, put your cover on your bowl. They calling that an omelet. All right, hopefully that's better. I just disconnected the internet and we're on cellular service. It could be Facebook. That's the other thing. Facebook is kind of a jerk. All right, I've got 1 can of partially drained beans. So what I did was just hold the cover on top and pour some out. Yeah, that's a good idea. If everybody watched on YouTube, then it wouldn't freeze up. YouTube's awesome. I just kind of poured off the major liquid, but when it wasn't actively pouring a ton, then I put it in here. So there's still some liquid in here. And she says to do 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder, and a splash of lime juice. Do I have lime juice? Oh, look at that. Who knew? Brand new. Hasn't even been opened. All right. Splash of lime juice. You really could add any other seasoning to this that you wanted if you like garlic or anything else. All right, let's give this a zang. She says to use the blender, so you can totally do it in a blender. It should be back. I've come off the regular internet and onto cell service. Am I still freezing up since then on Facebook? Comments have stopped, so I don't know. I'm going to try to get this as smooth as I can. Hey, Susan. All right, I need to check my omelet. Sorry, honest to Pete. She says not to let your omelet brown too much. Whoops, that you don't want it too brown, but it's hard. I find it hard to get this to the point where I can flip it if it doesn't get pretty brown on the bottom. All right, let's check this stuff here. Looks pretty good. Looks like, you know, looks delicious. That is delicious. It's like hummus. That is so good. That is so good. I love black beans. All right, let's see if I can flip this. Yeah, no, I can't flip it because it's stuck to my pan. My awesome Gordon Ramsay pans. I can cook anything in these without sticking it except for eggs. I just cannot. I cannot get these pans to not stick for eggs, but it's okay. I don't really care. I love these pans. But all right, well, so there's my omelet. Looks beautiful, beautiful. The brown on this is nutritional. See, that's what's stuck. It's my nutritional yeast. If I hadn't put that on the bottom, it might not have stuck. Oh, well. All right, your bowl. Okay, she says you can put a sprinkle of diced sweet potatoes, cooked sweet potatoes. So let me ask you a question. I like to cook sweet potatoes in my oven for like an hour and a half until they're really caramelized and really delicious. Okay. And I usually, after they're completely cooled off, like I shut the oven off and I let them sit. And after they're completely cooled, then I take them out and put them in a container and throw them in the fridge. Well, 4 days ago, I made it 4 to 5 days ago. Do you want this black bean? Didn't you come to say hello? He can always tell when the food's cooked and he comes walking out. Did I preheat what? The pan? No, you're right. You're right, Hannah. I'm supposed to preheat these pans. That's what I didn't do. I made these sweet potatoes in my oven and I had Maren shut the heat off and then they're still in there. and they've been in there for 5 days. Okay, they're not moldy or anything, but look at the sticky, sweet stuff. Would you eat these? Tell me in the comments. Would you eat a sweet potato that was completely baked and had been sitting out? It's been sitting in the oven for 4 to 5 days. I mean, it's potato. Does it need to be refrigerated once cooked? I don't know. Would you eat these? I like bake potatoes and leave them sitting out for 3 or 4 days, and we cut them up and make hash. Would you eat these? You would eat them? Okay, then I'm gonna do it. And if I die, none of you will get anything in my will. Okay, just that's all right. I don't have anything to give you anyway. I think they'll be okay. They've been in the oven, like they haven't been opened at all. So here's my omelet. You're not sure that you would, Lois? Yeah, I don't. This is way too much egg. I am never in a trillion years gonna eat all that egg. To be perfectly honest, I'm gonna take some out and let it cool and give it to the dog because there is absolutely zero possibility that I'm gonna eat that much egg. I don't even know that I'll eat that much egg. So, I mean, they look fine. You wouldn't eat them, Hannah? Well, so now I'm all paranoid. Some people say yes and some people say no. How's my weather? Right now it's fine. It's not doing anything yet. We're not getting anything yet. My house is not cold. My house is 73. This was 1 cup of egg beaters. It's way too much. That's what the recipe called for. It's way too much. Yeah. Kimberly, I kind of worry about that too. It says use 1/2 cup of the black bean spread on top of your eggs. She recommends kraut. But that's the thing about molds that I'm worried about. Mold is often invisible. I know what Faith would say. All right, I'm going to put some kraut on the side. This is Clausen fermented kraut. You do, Jennifer? I'll leave that to you. Okay. Jennifer gets my thirsty pie creamy when I die from the sweet potatoes. They don't, I mean, they look fine. They look fine. They look okay. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. Just going to put one. Just like this is 1 tiny little sweet potato. That's half. The dog will eat the other half. If he dies, gets sick, then I'll know. All right, and then, right, the kraut will help my gut. Right. The thirsty is for making, it's like a soda machine, Melissa. She says if you're doing a crossover, you can put feta, but this is fat-free feta. So I'm going to put just a little bit of feta. Just a little bit. It's fat-free. So it perfectly goes in an E. I love my fat-free feta. Eat it all the time. And then I was going to do tomatoes over here. A little bit of tomato on the bowl here. And then that'll be good. Good to go. I will probably eat this piece of the sweet potato and then the rest I probably won't. I got a new bag and I'll just, I don't know, I'll get too paranoid and I won't allow myself to do it. I get nervous. I do not like food-borne illness. It's not fun. Right. Ooh, this tomato is mealy, which I don't love. I don't love a mealy tomato. Those might end up pushed to the side. All right, that's enough tomato for me. What else can we put on there? A little salt and pepper, I think. A little salt, especially on those tomatoes. A little bit of pepper. All right, that's the omelet bowl from Trim Healthy Wisdom. This is the E version. Do I use fat-free turkey lunch meat with lots of fillers? Yeah, I don't. I do. I don't get real picky about my uh, turkey and stuff. I buy Sam's Club, the organic kind that is like the Appleton or whatever it is that's like free of all the fillers. To be perfectly honest, I can't afford it. Hey, Trace, I can't afford it. It's like $8 for 6 slices, and I just can't bring myself to spend that on turkey. So I buy, well, I would show you what I buy, but I don't have it. I don't have any. I've been to the store 3 times this week. I've forgotten turkey meat each time. I just get basic, not like a turkey loaf, but like turkey breast, whole turkey breast. I'm sure it has some nitrites and stuff in it. Sure of it, but it's lean. I think it's not fat free though. It's got like 1 gram. I think it has 1 gram of fat. All right, there's my omelet bowl, my Trim Healthy Wisdom. This is a very wise version of a meal. Thanks, Rita. Looks good all unchristmasified. But my living room looks pathetic. That's all right. It's a clean slate to get some new decorations. I couldn't bring down the decorations I had last fall. I didn't like them. I didn't like them the whole time they were in there, so now I'm going to redecorate. Yeah, this one wasn't in the fridge, but it was, so I'm sticking it in the fridge because it's already mealy. It wasn't, I just bought it last night, but it's pretty mealy. This is made a wise way, okay? It has, where do you get Prima Della? Isn't that Costco though? Is it super expensive? See, I won't buy the super expensive turkey meat. I just can't, I can't bring myself to do it. Every time I go to the grocery store, ugh. You too, Halen. So this has a fermented food, which is a wisdom thing. I mean, it's for any of us, but they really recommend lots of fermented foods. So wisdom, egg whites instead of whole eggs, my carbs for breakfast to really boost my metabolism this morning, to really kick it into gear. I have half a cup of black bean spread, which I know I'm going to absolutely love. Tomatoes, fat-free feta, and a handful of sweet potato. So there we go. Beautiful, happy, healthy carbs. And hopefully sweet potatoes that I won't die from. If I die, please know I've loved you all, and I thank you for being part of my journey. That's pretty good. Black beans on eggs, I gotta be honest, a little weird. I think after just one bite, like I'll totally eat this, but I think if I do it again, I'm having the black beans in a pile on the side, not all my eggs. We don't have Hy-Vee. See, I don't typically get deli meat. I buy it in the container because the deli meat goes slimy in like 3 days, where the packaged kind doesn't. Probably because it's full of stuff. Okay, number one, I have way too much salt. It's good, but I would separate my black beans next time and eat them on the side. Kelly, I think that's part of it, is right now that I'm a little turned off by eggs right now. I think it's just I'm a little turned off by eggs right now. My GLP-1 does funky things to me. Like sometimes I love, like we were talking about this last night, salads. I love salads, but I went through a period on my GLP-1 where I didn't like them. I went through a month on my GLP-1 where I didn't like coffee. Like I had a hard time drinking my coffee. I forced myself to drink it because I refused to lose my love for coffee. So I forced myself through it and I got through it. Right now, I'm in a stage of not loving eggs. I'm in a stage of being like, I'd rather eat about anything than an egg. I think that's why I think I'd like the black beans separate, only because I'm not loving eggs right now. But I mean, it's good. I'd make it again with a lot less salt. A lot less salt. I shouldn't have put the salt on the top because I put salt in the black bean spread and salt in the omelet. I shouldn't have salted those tomatoes. It's way too salty, which stinks, but it is what it is. I'm gonna have to eat it anyway. All right, that's it. That's the yummy breakfast. wisdom meal number, what was that? Is that the third one we've made together? Fourth? Loving the new wisdom recipes. I got a lot to try. All right, you guys, I love you so much. I hope you have an amazing, amazing day. And go sign up for the wisdom workshop that's coming, where I'm going to walk you through the principles of the wisdom ways as far as the food. We're going to talk about, I do too, Lucy, love black beans. Any way that you give them to me, I love them. I could just sit and eat a bowl of black beans. I love them. I'm going to walk you through a wisdom shake up, which is immersing yourself nutritionally into the wisdom ways. We're going to have a full menu that covers the wisdom ways and that we'll do together. And we'll walk through that and we'll talk about some of the principles. Now, there's no way we're going to get through the entire 1,000-page book in 2 weeks, but this workshop is going to focus on the Wizzy shake up, shaking up your diet into focusing on the wisdom ways solidly for 2 weeks and seeing what happens. It is a pay what you can workshop, which I'm committed this year to doing all of my workshops as pay what you can, because I want you to join as many as you possibly can. So go, there's a link at the top of this. I got to get it out on my website. I haven't built it out on my website yet, but at the top of this page, there is a link to sign up for the wisdom workshop. I hope I'll see you there. I love you guys. Thanks for joining me.